Okay, we're back for part 2, and come to find out I should be able to put my ESC back on the truck just as it sits. And we got the dual motor mount now, and I put the bullet connectors on there like I would with your battery, and the ones I soldered on the ESC I put a second piece of heat shrink on. It's a little longer, so when I plug it in, it'll actually cover the whole thing so we don't have any short outs. Alright, so let me get my tools and stuff together and we'll get started putting this right back together. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And all I've done real quick was I went ahead and put my winch controller back on and added a little Velcro to it, and I did hook up Dean's connectors to mine so they were easier to disconnect. Alright, let's see, we'll have to get our drive shaft. I got my drive shafts from Tower Hobbies. They were on like clearance. I don't know if they were ever used or what, but they seem to work real nice, so I'm not going to worry about it. All the grub screws and everything are still there, and they are the grub screws that go all the way through. Oh, and the best part is they actually use the bigger screw, so you don't have that little 1.5 that'll just fall apart on you. Go ahead and take that apart. I don't believe they were ever used. They're mighty greasy. So this ought to really do this transmission up now that we got steel drive shafts and the aluminum housing and all steel hardened gears. And I'm so used to grabbing that 1.5. Got too much crap laying around. Alright, let's get this in. I'm going to take this part of the drive shaft out for now. Get this transmission on, it's wanting to be difficult. First thing I got to get the new housing came with some new screws. Of course they're the machine screws, so whoa, now That's just weird because these are Phillips. I wasn't expecting that. I'll probably end up changing them out. Everybody knows how I feel about Phillips screws. Well, looks like we're going to have to change them out right away. They gave you 4 screws that were exactly the same size, and we know on the SCX10 2 of them are short and 2 of them are long for the transmission. So I'm not going to have 2 different head sizes. I'll go ahead and change them over to some stainless steel. Right now, I'll get that over with. If I ever got to change it, I most likely won't have a Phillips head screwdriver on it. These little screw kits are like the best thing to have. You should have at least one. I bought this one first. This was for an SCX10, and pretty much comes with a good 90% of the screws to replace everything. Then I bought another kit that had 700 of the 3mm, and I usually most of them, and then you get grub screws and everything else with this other kit, which is real nice. You want these snug, but you don't want to over tighten them. Now this one drive shaft wasn't facing down, and I'm not taking the transmission back off. I'll take the drive shaft off. Get over here, I know I'm all hands, sorry about that. Alright. Well, there's the transmission mounted. I'll flip her upside down here and get the other ends of these drive shafts on. Pull the pin out. So the drive shaft on, and then we'll have our transmission and everything hooked back up. Alright, now we got our steel drive shafts, our all aluminum housing with steel gears inside, dual motor plate with dual 35 turn RC 4-wheel drive motors. Now we'll take these two brackets back, those two bolts back out for our that holds the skid plate on, and we'll put our ESC mount back on that we made, since that will still work. And now I should paint these things, just haven't gotten around to it. This is the truck I run up at my crawling event, so I don't have as much time to do the funky little things. I try to run as often as I can. Alright, so there's our ESC and our mount. Let's get these wires hooked back up. It's all tidied up. That's our wires for our sound kit. And our ESC. There you go, and that one there will go to my ESC. That wire there is just the one off my receiver for the battery. And that's the one I'll normally plug my light kit up in. Alright, so now let's get, this will run power to my winch controller. This will get the power from the ESC, and this part goes to the battery. Looks like I need to do a little tie wrapping. little wire management there. That's a little better. Alright, well, this is what we got so far. Zoom in a little bit here. Not too awful bad as far as wire. Battery will plug up here. This was a power block to supply power to my winch. We got the dual motor. I'll make sure all this, once I get my sound kit back in, is nice and tight so that we don't have anything getting into that gear, because now I don't have a gear cover. As you see, I can no longer get the gear cover on there, so I do got to watch out for the wires getting up in there. So let's get the top and everything back on. Get our sound kit back in there. Alright. Let's put a battery in there and see how she goes. Take a little key bob off real quick. First things first, let's make sure our winch still works. Maybe open a little key bob. Alright, we still got our winch. That's good. We're going to take this thing off. This is normally to be towed, but now I got drag brake and everything and dual motors. I don't believe we'll be able to be towed anymore. So let's see how we turn the ESC on. Drag brake works real good. There is no hesitation as far as power. Alright, well, let's get the little cosmetic things done and turn this back off. Get the little cosmetic things done. Go ahead and unplug this battery for now. We'll take this off and put the top back on, and then we'll go take it for a run. So give me a minute to take this off, and I'll be right back. Okay. Here we are again, and we got the truck all back together. There's no wiring in the way of the gear. We took that tow bar off. Stuck some D-links in this place. And a little blurry. Okay. Some additional tow. Went ahead ahead and put the chain back on up here. When I do a competition, I like to run this hook over into here. It's a lot easier. That way it's out a little bit. The back, we got the magnetic mount with the earth magnets. We got our stock shocks back on, so hopefully we don't have a lot of torque twist. And I'm probably still going to have to, there we go, trim that little front bar. I don't know what it is with these trucks of why. I don't know what servo they actually designed these for, but as you can tell right there, you have to trim that little bar. I don't know if it's the arms or what I'm using, but we got the aluminum steering arms, lower links, steering. I have new knuckles coming for it. They just haven't shown up yet. But let's go give this thing a test drive and see what we got. So give me just a minute to get it on the ground. I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. I am driving with one hand, so you gotta give me a break here. Boy, with them two motors, this thing doesn't even hesitate to climb. That bumper getting stuck under the step. Well, it looks like we're all ready for the crawl tomorrow. So hopefully I can send you some footage on that. So until next time, please like, please share, and comment. And we'll see you later. Alright.